This is going to be Queen versus Light. Queen bottom right, Light top left. Light, the current King of the Hill, not just from last week, but still the residing King of the Hill this week too.
Yeah, yeah. And we did have that little thing where Action was King of the Hill for a few games. Like, he won 3 games while we were waiting for Light to get here. Something came up and he could not start at the appointed time, and we don't want to keep pushing it around. So, yeah, Action did get a few wins. So far, Light is the overall dominator of the King of the Hill series. Snow and Action both have some wins as well. I guess Action has the second most. But kind of crazy. We really need someone to beat Light, to be honest. Like, the thing is, for me personally, I will watch and cast Light literally go 150-0. Like, I'll happily do it and be like, yes, I'm learning a lot. He's a great Terran player. But PvZ is a good matchup. Wouldn't mind seeing it again at some point, you know?
Yeah, PvZ I've heard is a pretty cool matchup.
Yeah.
It's going to be cool to see the aliens fight the bugs, but right now the human race. I mean, this game was designed by humans, so I can see right now Light representing the human race doing pretty well here. I'm actually most interested in this game, seeing how exactly Queen is going to approach this. I don't know if he followed the games before. We didn't know he was going to be available, so I don't know if he's been following this and watching Light. He's got a counterplay or what the deal's going to be, basically.
Yeah, like, are you going to pull out that Valkyrie build again? I guess that's kind of the big question here. And the thing is, Queen is a mind gamer, right? Like,
yeah,
not just a Gosu gamer or anything like that, but also a mind gamer. And he is someone that, if he thinks the Valkyrie build is coming, if you remember when he played against Flash in the first ASL season that he won, like, there was a game where Flash was trying to mind game, and Queen just, like, out mind gamed him by going for, like, a weird lurker ling all in against a mech switch from Flash, when Flash was doing Valkyrie builds. So Queen
I
knows.
forgot about that.
Yeah, Queen knows how to kill this type of Valkyrie build, because this is actually like a Flash original, and Queen was the one that had to slay it when it first came out.
So, I mean, from Light, we've kind of seen something like this before. I know he's been greedier in the past, but he only just now got the scout off. You kind of measure the levels of greed you want to engage with how quickly you can scout them and confirm that you can actually get away with it.
Mm-hmm.
And so he comes in here, he sees, all right, I mean, you know, Zerg's not really up to anything dangerous. There's no 4-pull or 9-pull. Not that those are really used that often at pro level, really almost ever. I guess we saw Light lose to a 4-pull against Larva, but, like, you know,
yeah.
it doesn't.
When his SCV, like, turned around when he told it to go forward, that was such a funny game, yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, Light gets in here and sees, but this is a straight up 3-hatch, not like the other 3-hatch play that we saw previously from, what was it, Soma, that went like 3-hatch in main, but it was a 2-hatch gas timing. This is 3-hatch and then gas, so it makes much slower tech, but much higher economy for Zerg. It's a very much older style. No one really plays this that much. Like, if I play 10 Terran versus Zergs, I will hit this one time.
Okay.
But this is also the build that, you know, when we first came back, this was the only build. Like, for ASL seasons 1 through 5, this is the only Zerg versus Terran build that we saw. So kind of interesting to see that out of Queen. And this one is more able to do things like Open Lurker, because it's slightly higher economy. You have more production going. So this makes it a little bit more questionable about what he's going to do. It's not just automatically Muta as much as 2-hatches.
And even though on paper Lurker's not as strong, to have that threat does make the Terran's decision-making much more difficult.
Well, Tasteless, Light is not making any decisions here today. He's just doing the Valkyrie build again.
All right.
He's just like, nah, man, this is it. I don't want to deal with mutas today. Let's just...
He's going to make the better flying unit.
Yeah. He's going to make the flying unit that kills those flying units. So, okay, we'll see how that goes.
I thought the same thing as you, that this was a direct response to somebody going 2-hatch Muta or something like that. And then to see he's just like, no, I don't know. I don't care what he's doing. I make the Valkyrie is kind of funny.
Yeah. Well, you see the SCV that's out on the map right now? this is the crucial part. If Queen could stop this from scouting, then there would be a real question for Light whether or not he can do this build. Because, like, this one goes in, and he's going to see the Spire no Hydralisk Den. So now he knows 100% that he can just counter. Now, even seeing the second SCV pretty much tells Queen what Light is doing. But yeah, just seeing him get that SCV in each time, I'm like, yeah, when I tried doing the Valkyrie build, man, like, they catch this SCV, and then I just don't know, and then, like, Lurkers come, and I die, but...
Yeah.
Light, he gets that scout in.
So, look, I mean, I'm not saying that Zerg's going to lose or anything, but this is definitely, like, on every concept of the game, this looks very good for Light.
For sure.
He sees the tech coming. He knows his tech essentially counters it. Now, we saw him show the first Valkyrie last time. I'm really curious if he will not show the Valkyrie this time. Because it would seem like the more mutas they get, and the later you show the Valkyrie, the more blindsided the Zerg is.
Maybe. Like, you have to bring something new to this, idea-wise. Queen...
Or maybe Queen just goes for Scourge and loses them and then loses the game. What about that, Artosis?
That's what Zergs have been opting to do.
That's the current meta.
The current meta of the King of the Hill.
The current meta is... The problem with the current meta for ZVT is you don't win any games when you do it.
Yeah.
So again, Zerg doesn't know... I mean, maybe he watched the stream, or CasterMuse's stream, and knows, but he might not, man.
Yeah. Well, he's got 9 mutas, so he's going to come in with these, and he's going to find out real quick that it's not what he wants to be playing against. There's 2 Valks out, man. Look at this.
There's 1 turret in here. Wow. Oof. Yeah, Queen was all like, lol, I'm going to make shrimp bats, and now he's like, oh, no.
Oh, my God, shrimp bats.
Yeah.
Well,
that's how we got COVID. It was a shrimp bat fucked a pangolin. It was. You're seeing it here now. He's still gonna fight back in here, but the counterattack is coming.
Yeah, this counterattack is not gonna get stopped either. Look, it's in front of the Hydras that are going to make Lurkers, man. Like, he's just gonna kill that base.
Yeah. Whoa! I almost missed his attack over here with the Valkyries. So he actually got the mutas in a spread that was pretty nice, and so the Valkyries will go down.
Dude, Valkyries have 2 starting armor. That's crazy.
It's funny to think that this was a unit that was dismissed when Brood War came out.
Well, it didn't
people basically said this thing sucked.
Yeah, it wouldn't fire if there were too many units on the screen, so it was like kind of too buggy. But in remastered, that's taken care of, and damn, it's pretty darn powerful. So the mutas actually did something there, but he's losing his 3rd.
Yeah. Thing is, it's not the hardest thing in the world to remake the Valkyries either. You know, and really, with the mutas having been distracted, that is what is allowed for this base to be killed, and Queen is going to be not really... I mean, he could still win the game, but he's not economically viable for a little bit longer.
Yeah, he killed some SCVs for Light, so Light's very light on SCVs in the main. His natural looks pretty solid, but he doesn't have exactly the economy he wants. His army's better, though, and that makes it very, very tough. Now, is he going to sneak some Lurkers over to the bottom left? Because he definitely needs to get another base. Oh, he just caught 2 Valkyries over at 9 Tasteless. That was nice.
Oh, did he? Did he give him a Scourge? Or did he give him... Okay.
Scourge is cleared 2. Yeah, that's big.
Because right now it's a Terran roaming without vessels. So, I mean, Terran's kind of missing a big piece of the puzzle. And that puzzle is to be in a secure spot as we go into late game. You know, when you have the Valkyries, or at least, you know, a constant nuisance and an interference with one of the core techs of Zerg. But without the Valkyries here, there's still some play here for Queen, I think.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I think there is. Like, he's going up to Hive. This is a crazy game. It's non-optimal, I would say, on both sides. Better for Light slightly, but yeah, he's actually fielding a lot of Lings. He has some Lurkers out. He's dealt with the Valkyries for the most part. And look at
here
this,
we go.
he's
There's gonna
running
be an
forward.
attack up into the natural.
Oh my god, he's trying to just power down this bunker. I don't know if that's going to work, though. Just needs to repair. Oh, he's almost got it.
To go down.
Yeah, it's so close, but he's not quite going to break it.
Bunker lives. Oh my god.
Oh, man.
Wow. That was sick. Now, Light is not totally comfortable on the map. Dude, for a second I thought this thing next to the Marines was a lurker. So, there's still some traps on the map here, but honestly, Queen has lost a lot.
Yeah. It's such a strange game, too. Like, we saw Light gut Vulture speed. So he has Vulture speed right now. So that would normally be used to run by defenses at a third and kill drones, but there's no third up. Like, he is making it, but that's not going to be overly useful right now. It looks like he's finally getting a Radiate, getting some vessels, and switching into siege tanks instead of those vultures that he wanted to make, because he does have to deal with the lurkers now.
Well, he can basically play this game like he wants to push Artosis. I think he's killed enough lurkers, he's killed enough mutas. It seems to me like he can probably try to find a spot and just slowly push through it. Lurker numbers aren't overwhelming now, right?
Well, he's got
actually,
4 on that ramp.
He's got 5.
Yeah, and he's got 5 in front of his base.
Oh,
so let's not forget, too, because this was such a teched out build, Light doesn't even have +1 on his Marines yet. Normally, by now, you'll have at least 1/1 upgrades, and the Marines are going to fight very much better. But here, it's like, yeah, they're like, it's just not nearly as good. Now, we have some spider mines being laid down by these vultures. They actually get caught by lurkers. But those mines are actually kind of problematic for Zerg as well if you're using Lurker Lang.
That is true. The vessels here, the Nidus network is coming. He needs to get that over there as quickly as he possibly can. He's actually stacking lurkers, so the Niduses and the targeting is going to be interfered with. There are mutas moving up here to the north, and some mines to catch these lurkers, but can he actually bust up? He's going to send the vultures through to try to draw shots out.
Oh my god!
That was a straight up gamble.
Yeah.
You have a high chance to miss shots firing uphill, but you can just like roll 7s and everything connects and you win the fight. That did not happen.
Yeah, and it looked like he was... Also, you're not exactly sure how the lurkers are going to fire. I think he was trying to run his vulture by to draw shots in the back, and that didn't work out either. Now he's trying to hit lurkers on high ground with the tank. It's hit like 1 shot out of 7. Because he is coming up the ramp.
The tank can outrange the lurkers if controlled correctly. But this is so many lurkers, he'll actually have to... This is so funny. All right, he's going to get away without eating a shot, but that was close.
Okay.
Queen's played a pretty masterful ZVT, by the way. All things that have gone wrong so far, he's pretty solid.
Yeah.
Looking much better than Soma or Action or any of the other Zergs we've had today in this matchup.
Yeah, even with a lot of things going wrong for him, like the Valkyries at first were wrecking, and he lost his third base and all that. And now we actually have ourselves a game, and a very weird one, because it's a mech switch. We don't see mech switches anymore. But Light is going for a mech switch.
Yeah, this is funny. You know, it's weird. We had mech switches until we didn't at all.
Yeah.
Like, I remember right when we came back and when we were doing the studio work for ASL, I remember being caught off guard along with you when we saw this kind of funny full mech switch that Flash would do. And then it went out of style.
Yeah.
But it seems to be back again, at least here with Light.
Yeah, I haven't ever seen this one again. Like this, he killed everyone with the Valkyrie build so quickly that the mech switch didn't really come into play. Like we saw him start it in one of the games, but he was so far ahead that it was like, well, whatever. You could literally make wraiths right now and win. But here, I guess we're gonna get a preview of what it actually is. He's running around the map with a ton of vultures. He's taken another main base, which is one of the key things that you're supposed to do with mech. Laying mines absolutely everywhere. But as Queen figures out what's going on, like he has, like, he knows how to play against mech, right? Like there's a lot of different ways you can do it. You can try to swarm. You can switch back into mutas if they don't have vessels. You can try to get like lurker swarm down. You can go mass queens, his namesake unit.
I mean, namesake unit.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, there's a lot of approaches to this. I mean, one thing that's funny about when you go for mech against Zerg is suddenly the Zerg is very, very, very contained, very squeezed in this situation. But it does give Zerg a little bit of time to breathe as well, doesn't it? I mean, if you're going to do a full-on switch with everything else, it's going to take some time. So let's see what exactly he wants to do to try to recover from this. Now, those Vultures, after the Irradiate's finished, managed to come in here and get this natural. So there is some pressure here on the third base right now for Queen. And keep in mind, guys, Terran can start to actually outgrow Zerg with this style.
Yeah, you start to just take a lot of bases with it. You have to macro real quick and hold the map down with the bio that you already made, and then Vultures and Mines as you switch into tanks. And we see he's adding more add-ons, so he's definitely getting into that tank switching phase. He has a lot of bases, he's adding in turrets, just kind of prepping for everything. But we see mostly Lings being made here. And I think, like, maybe we're going to get into drops, I'm not entirely sure, but that's definitely one way you can approach playing against something like this.
Yeah, more Lings gunned down. The mines make a real problem here for the Zerg in general. Now, Lings, it's okay to lose them into mines, but you got to keep in mind that Vultures really don't cost that much more than Zerglings. I mean, they're actually, in a lot of ways, much better units than Zerglings just because of the you know, how much value you can get out of a mine, but it makes it hard for the Zerg to move through anything. Basically, the only thing they can shoot down mines in any kind of straightforward way is a Hydralisk, which you can't really use. Or we've seen a Hydra Dark Swarm, but I don't find it to be particularly that good. You know
Not
what I'm
against
saying?
mech,
Against Terran.
yeah.
Not against mech, yeah. I mean, we have had it, but yeah.
But look,
so,
he's actually loading up some drops now, Tastosis, and gonna throw down Dark Storms with Lurkers, and that's actually something that mech can't really deal with. The splash damage doesn't hit the Lurkers underground. And he's doing that into the main and the top right.
Oh, God, I'm glad you actually saw this, Artosis. There's so much happening on the map, I almost missed it. Yeah, this is bad. The problem is that there's not, I think, enough in these drops to, like, have enough time to really do anything. I think he's eating these Overlords now with the Dark Swarm to try to buy more time. He does get another Dark Swarm to come down. Okay, this is pretty good. He's definitely interrupting mining in the main. It's going to be a little bit before Terran can do anything.
Yeah, this is just to slow them down. Like, I don't think you're looking at this and saying, I'm going to win with this move. But if you slow down their mining, you keep them off your back, because it's very, like, micro-intensive to deal with this, right? You got to wait for the storm to go away, you got to clear it out, you got to make sure your SCVs aren't dying. But that gives Queen a little bit of time. He's droning up insanely. He has, like, a lot of drones right now, considering. Making sure that he has all his tech. He's loading up more Overlords, getting ready to get everywhere. And another, look at that, a 1 Lurker, 1 Defiler drop at that middle base for Light. And again, that's the thing you can't really deal with. Like, you don't hit it. You can't hit it with tanks.
Yeah, well, until the Dark Swarm's gone, unless you irradiate it, you can't even get it. It should be noted, it's actually hard to even select the Lurker under the Dark Swarm.
Yeah, that's true. And look, he put the Defiler on top of it, so when the Irradiate came, he had to irradiate the Defiler first. Yeah. So it's buying really maximum time.
But now the Ultilisks are out. The Ultilisks can contest with a lot of these mech units. Oh my God, the mines could have been insane.
Ling Ultra now coming in.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
I have never seen tanks get owned so fast in my life.
This is getting insane right now, Tasteless. This is a 4-base.
He's actually ruptured the entrance.
Yeah. Both sides on 4-base. Queen is taking a 5th down at 6 o'clock. But he's starting to get damage everywhere. He's like delaying mining like insanely. The Lurker at 12 has 9 kills. It's finally going to go down. Enough tanks that he does push everything back. But Queen has a lot of options. He's loading up more Overlords. He's running around with the Lings. He's starting to take map control back.
Oh, look, Queen might be able to do this. He's got these Ultras taking out the main. And honestly, if the Zerg gets knocked onto just 3 bases where that Lurker was, that died out, I think Light's going to lose the game. I think Zerg's basically pulled through. I mean, right now it's just ultras and a couple cracklings, and you know, mech units in small numbers are terrible against Zerg. It's why you'll see Terran players try to do this huge mech shift when they have a lead. And so they can try to basically smother the Zerg's position, but that's going to be a GG.
Wow.
The king has fallen.
All kings must die.
Best episode of Game of Thrones ever.
My God. What a crazy comeback there from Queen. After the Valkyrie build actually works like a charm, it like ruins his Mutalisk opener. He loses his third base. Then he tries a lurker bust that doesn't work. But as light switches into mech, you see the power that Zergs can have against some of these mech openers. Just beautifully done by Queen. And that's awesome too, because like light had so many wins and that was exciting, but it's awesome to have Queen, the 2-time ASL champion, now the king of the hill. Yeah, and we look forward to whenever we get another time scheduled to do this, have Queen come resume that position and continue on. We have yet to have a real Protoss king of the hill that we've left on, but man, some great TVZs tonight. Yeah. Well, that was very, very fun. I think that is going to end it. Yeah. That's going to be it for tonight. For the King of the Hill, guys, I'm going to keep on playing. So feel free to hang out. But the cast is done. Guys, if you're enjoying this, check out our Patreon at patreon.com/ASL English. Since the ASL season has finished, our Patreon's actually been shrinking. We're trying to build it back up, and we're trying to make unique StarCraft content with the same pros you've seen in an ASL. But here in a King of the Hill format, and we're thinking about some other ideas and stuff to do. We want to do stuff like this until we have another league we can cast. So yeah, if you like specifically this kind of casting and want to see more StarCraft 1 high quality content in English, that's the best way to support us. Yeah, and support it. And CasterMuse, big thanks to CasterMuse for setting this up for us once again. Yes. We will chat and figure out when we're going to do this next. And yeah, I guess that's about it. I'm going to get off. Tastosis, I'm going to send you my nerds in the chat. You're staying on, right? Thank you so much, Artosis. I appreciate it. And thank you again, CasterMuse. Really, he makes the whole facilitation of this so much easier for us because of his connections. So we are truly grateful. Please give him some love in the chat or send him a thank you on Twitter. Yep. And much love, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for the support today. I will be back streaming tomorrow, the regular time. Yeah, and that's it. Good luck, Tasteless, on your ladder games. May you beat the flying SCV cheaters. All right. I'm going to delete this overlay. I think I know how to make this for our next cast, but I'm going to close you out so I don't have a portal into your house. I will see you later. I'm raiding you now. Have a good stream. Bye-bye. All right. See you, buddy. Bye-bye.